Leaderboard fans, I'm here with Olivier, the brand marketing director for Behaviour Digital, who created both Dead by Daylight and Death Garden. So Olivier, tell me a little bit kind of about the inspirations behind Dead by Daylight. Like, why was that your first game?
So basically, Dead by Daylight is our take on, the slasher era. We were all big fans of those movies, and we thought we really wanted to make a game. There was all this whole asymmetrical idea that we were interested in, having one killer versus 4 survivors, and all the gameplay mechanics it can trigger and the spatial moments. Yeah. What happened with Dead by Daylight is it was not only fun to play, but really nice to watch too. Yes. It creates those kind of very intense moments that nobody expects, and a lot of fear, a lot of surprise.
So were you surprised by the enormous reaction and just the community response to the game?
Yes, we were really surprised. We hoped, of course, the game would be a success and we would have succeed to build a community. But of course, even in our wildest expectations, we would never have dreamt of such a success and also such a faithful community. It's not just a community of players, it's really a community of fans who appreciate the game, the lore of the game, the art direction of the game, and yeah, it's really nice, and no, we are not expecting that.
Do you have a favorite slasher? Who's your favorite asymmetrical that you like to play?
It's still the Wraith for me. We of course we're super happy, super proud actually to be able to have Freddy or Michael Myers, all those very favorite killers. But our original killers, we're very proud of them because we have really spent a lot of time on creating those unique characters. And basically for me, they're still the ones that I really play a lot.
Olivier, tell us a little bit about what the process was like to add movie killers to Dead by Daylight. Was that easy, or was it something you guys had planned on doing from the beginning?
No, definitely not. But the fact is, yes, after the first 2-3 months of the game being a success, suddenly it kind of opened a lot of opportunities and gates for us. It was like, oh, okay, so actually we are all big fans of all those slashers and movie killers. So let's try, because we also wanted to be sure that our own art direction and lore was solid, so that we could feel free to invite guest stars in them and integrate them in the best way, so that it really feels like it's really part of the lore. Yeah, we started to be known, and we knocked on some doors, and hey, are you open to have your characters in Dead by Daylight? And it went pretty well. Sometimes it took some time, but most of the cases we're really happy because it wasn't that difficult in the end. We
were just talking a little bit off camera about the new roadmap for Dead by Daylight. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
On March, we have announced a little bit how we are going to work from now on in the future. It was kind of announcing the future of Dead by Daylight because we're going to have the 2nd anniversary in June, so it's quite a milestone for us. And it means we feel we have to explain to the community that, hey, it's only the beginning. We still have a lot of things to put into Dead by Daylight, whether in terms of content or in terms of features. And of course, we also wanted to give more options in terms of cosmetics. So, and to also give an opportunity for all the players to get an access to the new killers and new survivors, not only through the DLCs, but also through playtime. So that's it. That's the future of Dead by Daylight. We want to have really a roadmap that is regularly putting more new content into the game. And that's what we wanted to share with the community.
When you're thinking about kind of moving forward, that brings us to like Death Garden. Can you tell us anything about what you guys are planning for that game?
Death Garden for us, it's really different. We really see it of this giant blood sport in the near future, and we imagine the kind of game people would play in this future. It's much more fast-paced than Dead by Daylight. It's really, once you start playing, you will see it's really different because runners have really to run and jump everywhere. And the difference also is that they really have to work as a team. So you just can't let your fellow runners do their thing while you're trying to escape. No. It's a team and you have to work together to complete your objectives because the hunter just need to kill 3 of you. Even if you survived alone, you lose the game. So that's really something really different and exciting. And of course, the fact that it's a shooter for the hunter, first-person shooter, and even for the runners, they have their own weapon with different arrows. It's a kind of a bow, and it shoots arrows with different powers to heal, to protect, and that makes a very quick, speedy gameplay. Really jumping, jumping everywhere.
What was the sort of the inspiration behind making the runners really kind of fighting back, or having the ability to sort of take out the killer?
Obviously, the runners cannot kill
they can't
the hunter, but it's true they can attack him, and it's true that actually even if it is still asymmetrical, you will see a lot more fights actually between a hunter and several runners, because it will usually take several runners to make his life a bit more difficult. Because of course he's much more heavily armored, and he has this big weapon. So yeah, you can try to help your fellow runners completing objectives by being on him and trying to prevent him from killing them, but still, he's the hunter, so he's much more powerful.
Now, can you give us the details on when the game launches?
We don't know yet. For us, it's really the very beginning. It's the first time we show the game and it's playable. The first next step is our first closed alpha on PC. That's going to come quite soon, in the months to come. And after that, we'll have several phases of those alpha and beta. And we really want to be sure we have our core gameplay loop that is really solid before starting to think on new content and how we're going to release it, pricing, all those questions. Right now, no, we want a game that works first and that people appreciate. When we feel that we're ready, that's when we can start thinking about when.
Okay. And going back to Dead by Daylight for a second, yes. Do you have any tips?
Well, now that I'm playing Death Garden a lot, the problem is that when I'm playing Dead by Daylight, I take way too much risk. And the truth is, yes, you have to be stealthy. You really have to. You can't go and do whatever you want. The killer is really going to get you if you do that. So I will always be careful and be patient. But at the same time, don't forget to fix generators. People tend to forget that. The first objective isn't to hide, isn't to escape the killer. No, fix generators. That's the best tip I can say.
Okay, very good. And can you tell us maybe any new killers that might be coming to Dead by Daylight?
We have actually given one piece of information about the new killer here at PAX. If you have not noticed it, we have distributed something at the booth, and that may be a hint of what's coming next in terms of new content.
Anything else before we wrap this up that you want to share with the community or say to the fans out there?
We just want everyone to be happy with the game and to really understand that, again, it's just the beginning. There is still so much we want to do in Dead by Daylight. New features, new content. Again, we are trying to recreate ourselves every day, every year. And so, yeah, stay tuned.
All right, Olivier, thank you so much for joining us. This has been the Leaderboard. Make sure, if you haven't already, that you subscribe and then click that bell icon so you're notified on whenever we upload. Keep it here to Leaderboard, your home for video game facts.